Oh, is this about masturbation? Is fucking amazing songwriting. I've been underappreciating Britney Spears. Hello, welcome to this video. My name's Dan, aka Lucen. I'm a music producer and a songwriter, and today I'm going to be reacting to Britney. So let's go. Okay, so here we are. I did a poll on the channel a couple of weeks ago, and I put a very broad range of artists for me to discover, but with the idea that I could do a bit more of a general discovery video for an artist who I know but have never really dug into properly. We had Britney, we had Bjork, and we had Joni Mitchell. And after 1,000 votes, Britney beat Bjork by 1%. So I will be doing Bjork at some point, probably next month sometime. But, you know, Britney won. So here we are today reacting to Britney Spears. I figured the best way for me to do this was to choose a bunch of real kind of deep cut fan favourite songs. And then, depending on how well this video does and seeing what the reception is, I might then go back and then do the full album reactions too. One of my close friends, Marco, I didn't realise this at the beginning, but he is like the biggest Britney fan in the world. And he's been saying for the longest time, you know, Britney has such a dedicated fan base, like you really should do Britney on the channel. So I said to him, what songs do I need to do in terms of deep cuts, in terms of fan favourite songs? So he's given me one from each album, I believe, and we're going to go through them in order, and I'm going to discover the real Britney Spears. Like, obviously I know the hits, but so many people say Britney has so much more to offer, and people often underrate her, you know, as an artist. So I'm going to discover the real Britney Spears today with you guys. But if you're new here, then make sure to subscribe to the channel. I also have a Patreon where you can watch my videos 2 days in advance of the kind of normal dates. And you can also watch my videos completely uncut. So every song is the full song with no cuts in it. Obviously on YouTube, because of the algorithm, I have to cut it up quite a lot. But on Patreon, there aren't those restrictions. So yeah, so if you want to support me and if you want to watch all my videos without any cuts, then you can do that on Patreon. Okay, let's get into it. How exciting. Britney Spears, huh? I must admit that my thoughts on Britney were also quite limited. I feel like most of what we've heard as a population from Britney is the kind of personal life stuff, so I haven't really given her a proper chance. So let's do it. The first song that has been chosen for me by Marco is I Will Be There from Baby One More Time, so let's do it. Okay. Oh my god, it's already giving me like S-Club vibes. Oh, it's taking me right back, okay. She's got such a unique vocal delivery, isn't she? Yeah. Nice. Oh, it's giving me all the best late 90s vibes. Oh my god. Oh, nice. Yes, okay. Oh. Nice! Oh shit! This is great! I love the chord progression. It's definitely got a lot of the hallmarks of late 90s stuff, but yeah, the chord progression is interesting. There's a chord here in this bridge coming up. Here. Nice. Oh, it's great. Kind of fluctuates between major and minor in a way. It's cool. Yeah. Oh, well written. Hey. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Let's go. Ooh. I love it. I really like this. Really nice. I'm so into this. Oh. Oh. Yes, chords. Yeah. I'm so obsessed. Nice. Oh shit. Oh shit, that's so good. I will be there. Oh my God, that's like, honestly, like such a good hook, isn't it? So satisfying. I think the thing is with the chorus is that it really, you kind of think you know what you're going to get because it's like pop song, but it withholds that satisfying resolution long enough just to build up a little bit of extra tension. You think it's going to resolve, it doesn't, it goes somewhere else. And that way it keeps it really interesting. And by the time that the resolution does come around at the end of the chorus, it's really satisfying and gives you a kind of sense of like there's a real earnest vibe, isn't there? That is really relatable, really lovely, and yeah, fills my heart and my soul. It's really nice. I feel like Britney's vocal delivery is so unique. I was listening to a podcast recently about Baby One More Time, and the way in which she sings really give this kind of level of staccato and the vocal fry and all that, and it really builds up a lot of tension and gives it a lot of attitude. So then when it comes to the big kind of open moments, they're really satisfying. Yeah, and that one has that, because I will be there. It's like big and open, but the chorus is a bit more amazing. Okay, cool. Let's go on to song number 2. This is from Oops, I Did It Again, and this is Can't Make You Love Me. I'm just a girl with a crush on you. Nice. Oh my God, it sounds like, God, the production is so Backstreet Boys. I'm not enough, I'm not your puppet on a string all day. That's stronger, isn't it? Yeah. Cool. Oh, these big chorus moments are so sick. Oh, and I relate to this sentiment. Now I know why the gays love Britney. Yeah. Oh, so is this maybe like post-fame? Yeah. And still that girl. Oh, yeah, shit. Okay, I'm getting the story here. That little bit is so clever. Like using these like production moments, almost like a hook in itself, is really cool. Oh, but this one does sound very close to Stronger and Oops, I Did It Again, you know. It's incomparable. Oh no. Seems like I have it all. I love the kind of late 90s trend of having an alternate final chorus as well, like changing the phrasing ever so slightly. Nice. Nice. I'm just a girl with a crush on you. That one fits into the Britney pantheon quite well, doesn't it? Like, that one could have easily been a single. I think if I were to criticize it, it is quite similar to like Stronger and Oops, I Did It Again. But what it does have is storyline. Like, lyrics aren't necessarily something you think of immediately, like, you know, when you think of Britney. But that one, like, there's an unrequited love thing going on. Like, it seems as if maybe she's got famous and now the person that like she knew before she was famous now doesn't want to date her and she can't make it happen, you know. She's kind of helpless in that fact, you know. And I think this is a story that so many, particularly, like, obviously unrequited love is universal, cry, but I think this idea of I can't make you love me is very central to like to being gay, because I think a lot of gay people have had that, you know, crush or that love even for somebody who is straight, and you can't change their sexuality any more that they could try and change yours. And so I think, yeah, like having a central vibe of helplessness in love is something that is very relatable for a lot of gay people, and I can understand like why that one might be a fan favourite for that reason. Cool, yeah, liked it. Let's go on to the next song. I'm just a girl with a... So catchy. What's next on my little list? So, song number 3 is from the self-titled album Britney, and is Cinderella. Ooh. Oh, okay. Okay, the production's quite choppy. Kind of hyper poppy. All you have to do is then I'll be there. Oh yeah, wow. Okay. Nice. Fighting back. Oh. Cinderella's got to go. Oh, God. Surprising chords everywhere. They're really good at like taking chords that are unexpected, but because the hooks are so strong, they still tie the song down without it getting lost in its interesting movements of chord. Do you know what I mean? I'm feeling this. Oh, I'm really feeling this. Oh, they love it. Oh. Spoken word. The same parts. That's what's giving me those vibes, if anyone gets the reference. Oh, so much drama. Oh, obsessed. Nice. I won't return to me. What? Oh. I love a borrowed chord. I'm obsessed. So she's apologising, huh? She's apologising, but, you know, she's got to let go of that Cinderella, whatever that means to her. She's got to let go of it. Oh. Wow, very cool. I just love a surprise chord. A little bit of music theory before we jump into the lyrics, because I definitely want to look up the lyrics for that one. So in Western music, we've kind of simplified it down to the point where your typical major and minor keys are so well heard and so kind of ingrained in our musical culture that there's a certain level of expectation. Good pop music relies on that level of expectation, hence why a lot of pop music doesn't really break out of it. But for me, what makes pop music very interesting is when you think it's in that key and they use a borrowed chord, like a chord that's from a different key signature, also known as like in jazz as like modes, and it adds a really interesting flavour. I mess about with them so much when I'm writing music because for me they're really inspiring, but you don't hear it all that often in terms of pop music. And I don't think I really would have expected that out of a Britney song, actually. And it's just before the hook of the song, the Cinderella's Got to Go, it kind of is this moment of freedom in the chorus where it breaks free of the, oh my God, I'm feeling it. Okay, so we're breaking free of the chords. We're going out of the key signature. We're breaking free. It's really uplifting. And that's the feeling that she's feeling. She's breaking free of the shackles. She's the Cinderella and she's throwing it away. And she's saying, no, I'm sorry, but I have to go and do my own thing. Cinderella's got to go. And that's what that chord represents. It's freedom, isn't it? Oh. Inspired, isn't it? Oh. Amazing. So the Cinderella is representing her in a relationship where she doesn't necessarily have power and she's having to quit the relationship even though it kind of is supposed to be like this fairy tale, but actually she doesn't believe in it. She needs real life. She needs to be independent. She needs to break free from that person. It's all about finding freedom and using a borrowed chord that is free from the key to represent her claiming her freedom is fucking amazing songwriting. Okay. Oh, okay. I was not ready for that. Cinderella's got to go. And it's so catchy. It's like, when you use stuff like borrowed chords and whatever, it can start to take it out of the realm of pop music. But the thing that they do here, they make the hooks so good and very repeatable. The string hook feature multiple times throughout the verse and in the chorus as well. So they really make sure to strengthen that hook in your kind of musical frame of reference so that when you do have that moment of freedom, it feels extra free, which is beautiful. But because you've got like the grounding of this kind of really hooky, catchy thing, it's a balance, you know? And they've struck that brilliantly. Okay. I'll stop talking about this one now because I need to go on to the next song. The Cinderella's got to go. I'm obsessed. Let's go on to the next song before we get completely sidetracked on song number 3. Let's go to song number 4. And also a little bit more context. So he says, in general, Blackout, In the Zone and Gloria are considered the holy trinity of Britney's albums. So this next one is from In the Zone. Song number 4 is Touch of My Hand from In the Zone. Let's go. Ooh. Oh, I love a reverse moment. Oh, love that. Okay, we're in China. Oh, beautiful production.
I'm not ashamed of the things that I dream.
Not ashamed of the things I dream.
Be out of control.
Nice. This has definitely got more noughties vibes to it. Nice. Ooh, beautiful. Very different vocal style here. It's a lot more kind of like relaxed, isn't it? Compared to her really ferocious style from earlier on. I love the production on this. Really cool. It's about physical intimacy, I think. The vocals are they're produced so differently. They're really close and very like widely panned. So it has more of an intimate style, you know. Nice. I love like the energy of this is very different. The first 3 albums kind of have a very kind of rebellious, kind of edgy feel to them. And this one is smooth, isn't it? Yeah. I've just discovered. Oh, fuck. Is this about masturbation? I think it might be. Oh, shit. Such an interesting like choice of instruments as well. Like a mixture of kind of Western strings and Eastern strings in a synth pop song. Yeah. Oh, clever. And the opening was really beautiful because like the reversed strings, it kind of gives this almost like a kind of Hollywood movie thing. It like takes me to like movies based on like ancient China. Now it's kind of been a bit overused in Hollywood, isn't it? So it really does take me right there. To produce a song like that, to kind of have that reference is very interesting because it creates this kind of wistful, magical kind of energy. Touch my hand. Okay, and I think it might be about masturbation. When did this album come out? So 2003. Oh, this is the Toxic era. Oh my god, crazy, huh? I'm not ashamed of the things that I dream. I find myself flirting on the verge of obscene. Sexual fantasies. Into the unknown, I will be bold and going places I can be out of control. So there's a lot of freedom here, isn't there? Because I just discovered imagination's taking over. Another day without a lover. The more I come to understand the touch of my hand. Britney is writing about wanking. Oh my god, I was not expecting a Britney song about masturbation. But it's beautiful, isn't it? Like it's wistful. It's like she's taken herself off into this like this imaginative like world of fascination and fantasy. The music takes you there, you know, with its references. Oh my god. It's like it's transporting you to a new plane of existence. And that's what wanking's like. And she's kind of breaking free of this idea that she has to be this young girl who is expected to behave a certain way. And in her fantasies, she can imagine herself as, you know, maybe like, you know, crazy kind of sexual fantasies. And it's really clever, isn't it? Fabulous. Wow. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, this is considered another holy grail album. So the next song I'm going to do, song number 5, it's from album number 5, Blackout. This is Freak Show. Wub, 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 wub. Oh my god, wasn't expecting that. Oh. Oh yeah, cool, huh? Oh, nice. This is cool. Okay. This is kind of like comeback vibes, right? Very, very different vibes. Oh, it's like Gimme More, isn't it? Yeah. Gimme more. It's that era. God, the production is really like aggressive. It's like squished. Like that whip cracking clap sound. It's like a lot. And the vocals were actually panned the whole way through to really center that like whip cracking sound. Oh my god. And the subby bass shit is interesting. Wasn't expecting it. Kind of a dubsteppy. This is mad, hey. Production's madness. Freaky. I guess that's probably the point. Maybe this is referencing like her fame, I think. Almost like she's comparing her life as a famous person to being in a freak show, you know? Wow. Wow. Yeah, okay. Interesting. So we're quite a lot later into her career, and it's quite intense. Very in your face, very stark. Like dubstep inspired, like the wub 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 wubs, which is not what I expected, to be completely honest with you. So let's have a look at the lyrics, because I think it might be about her celebrity. Really is kind of telling this story of her like being put on display for other people's enjoyment. Yeah, outside the norm of some superstar-ish pushing hot Bugatti whips. It's almost like she's like playing up to this really kind of opulent pop star stereotype. The central lyric about it being a freak show, it shows that it's not celebrating that culture or that style, is it? She is critical of it. And I think given what we know about her life and her mental health and stuff, given that context, I think she's referring to the industry. She's comparing the industry and being famous to a freak show. And the freak show in itself is something that is very cruel. This idea that you get people up on stage who have physical deformities or things that are kind of considered like weird about them, you know, back in the day or whatever. And you laugh at them and you go, ew, that's disgusting. She's like, I'm being wheeled on stage so people can look at me and laugh and go, ew, what the fuck, you know? And that comparison is really heartbreaking, actually. And it's hidden behind this song that has a lot of like front to it. But I think it's really clever as an artist that she has this kind of hidden thing, because if you were to just play that in a club, people would, you know, get into it. I guess like that style's a little bit dated now, but it has all of that. But when you actually think about like what the implications of what she's saying, it's darker, isn't it? Very artistic and very clever and heartbreaking, actually. I don't know whether my interpretation there is whether actually that was intentional at all, but there really is a sense of that. But yeah, let me know, as a Britney fan watching, presumably, let me know what you think about that. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Just like a circus. Funny how I know like a single from pretty much every single album. So this is song number 6. This is from Circus. This is Shattered Glass. Ooh, what's going on there? Interesting production again. Kind of textural bit particle stuff. Wah. That's a bit of old Britney back, isn't it? Like the orchestral hairs. Nice. So it sounds as if she's been split up with, you know, was she anything you were looking for? She's been hurt. Ooh. This is a very noughties fake dropout 2010s vibe. It's kind of Calvin Harris-y. With a down chorus, yeah, huh? Yeah. I love that chorus dropout. That's really cool. Even the album art is very much like trying to be classic Britney, isn't it? Ooh. Nice. Nice. Oh. Shatter Glass, of course. You can't have a song called Shatter Glass without some glass shattering in it. You know, I love a bit of text painting, and I would do exactly the same thing. That one was really different in terms of its production, huh? So that kind of era of pop music, there was, you know, Calvin Harris was like very big. Actually, this was just a bit before Calvin Harris, so maybe Britney's ahead of the curve, just saying. But like, there was this trend of this fake choruses, you know, where like the chorus would be building up to something rather than it being like the kind of ultimate pinnacle of the song, and then the actual pinnacle would be without vocal. It would be like an instrumental hook. Yellow diamonds in, that's the classic. You know, that is like what the example of what I'm talking about, right? And that song does that. And it's quite interesting that everything seems to be kind of a little bit reminiscent of old Britney, including like the album art and everything. So maybe that's what they were trying to do with this album. Let's have a little look at the lyrics. Oh, so someone's cheated on her and everything we had is now shattered. Yeah, okay. And my face is going to haunt you all the time? Jesus Christ. It's like woman scorned vibes. When your world falls apart like shattered glass. Oh, that's a really cool turnaround. So it's like you've broken what we had. It's shattered like glass. And now I'm going to get you back. So there's a progression of a storyline there. She's not just focusing on our relationship's broken, our relationship's broken. It's our relationship's broken. And then what? You know, she fills us in and ties it up with a really, really clever hook where it's like, I'm going to fucking come for you until your world is shattered like broken glass. So it's that kind of like using the same hook in kind of slightly different storytelling context, which is really clever. It's very Taylor Swift. Yeah, good. Love it. Let's go on to the next one. Song number 7. This is from Femme Fatale and this is How I Roll. What is this hyperpop shit in 2008, 2011? Excuse me? This is weird. You know what we're saying about production? I like the beat though, huh? Nice. I'm not sure what to take from this. Nice. Settled a little bit now, hasn't it? Slightly. The vocoder is really throwing me. I love that drum where it's using popping sounds to create like percussion. It's really cool. Ooh, bum. Nice. Got so much kind of tension and anxiety to it, but actually like the piano is quite smooth and settled and warm, isn't it? If you know what it takes to be this is really different. You can be my fuck tonight. You could be my fuck? Is that what she said? I love the piano. It just really offsets it in a different way. It's strange, but really cool. That one, the production was just so not what I was expecting. Really creative. Like the percussion, like created out these very frantic claps and popping sounds and whatever. It's quite bonkers. But it's really grounded by this piano, which kind of actually gives it a bit more of like feeling and like emotion to it. Because the piano is just so warm and rich and full, and it's just so completely opposite to all the rest of the production. It's really fascinating. This one seems to be about partying, finding somebody to get with, really, I guess, isn't it? So I'm not like completely as sold on the story of this one compared to the others, but in terms of the production of it, I'm really surprised. Yeah, it's great, huh? Let's go on to the next song. By the way, thank you, Marco. You've really given me some good suggestions here. I feel like this is really giving me a good full view of like what she actually has to offer beyond like what we know of her. So this is the penultimate song. This is from Britney Jean. This is song number 8, Alien. I like this. Already like really like this style. Nice. Oh, she feels like an alien. Nice. I love this pace. I love this rhythm. It's taking me somewhere. She seems to be getting a bit of like solace from the fact that she's not alone. Yeah. Oh, look, back where she used to be. Yeah. This is nice. This feels healing, you know. Her vocal delivery has changed completely, hasn't it? There's hardly any of the vocal fry. I love that this little reverse hook. Sounds a little bit alien, you know. Ooh, I was thinking that was the end. This kind of drum pattern really feels like a journey. Feels feels like she's going somewhere. It feels like she's learned something, doesn't it, you know? I like that, yeah, that's nice. There was a time where I was one of a kind, was lonely then like an alien, but I tried, but I never figured it out. Why I always felt like a stranger in a crowd, but the stars in the sky look like home, take me home. And the light in your eyes lets me know I'm not alone. So it sounds like she's met somebody, or maybe it's her fans, maybe she's talking to her fans who have stayed with her, you know, ultimately freed her. You know, she's looking at the light in their eyes and she knows that there are other people who feel like the way that she's felt. She may be an alien, she may be weird and like, you know, not normal, but there are other people there, and she's taking solace in that fact, isn't she? And she repeats that fact, I'm not alone, I'm not alone, I'm not alone. And the whole way the song is produced kind of creates this vibe of this journey. You know, she's representing the journey that she kind of came from and where she is now, and how she's managed to learn to find a way to not feel alien anymore, to not feel lonely, to feel like she has a place where she belongs. Yeah, it's really nice. I love how everything in the song adds together to fuel this narrative. I think that's something that like is underappreciated in songwriting, certainly underappreciated in Britney Spears. And I've been underappreciating Britney Spears. And actually every single album, there's been a song on that album that I'm like, oh wait, that was a massive hit. Because I think everyone kind of remembers Britney from when she was young, when she had the huge heights of fame back at the beginning of her career. And I think in terms of like, if I was to talk to my mum, for instance, she probably used to be like, oh, Britney Spears, yeah, like, oops, I did it again. And Toxic, maybe, is about as far as people kind of think that she lived. But actually now I'm looking at like, every single album, there was actually a hit on every single one. She never went away. She's always been there. And she's always been successful. Maybe it's because I'm gay and I hear all the shit on the clubs, but like, I don't know. Like doing this has given me such an appreciation for like her longevity, actually. I'm now about to get onto like the 9th album, and there's still every single album has good stuff on it, you know? So before we go on to the final song, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to subscribe to the channel, then you should do, because this is only the beginning of my Britney journey, and actually I'd love to go through her albums. Like now I know if it's worth it on the channel for me to do so, I would love to go through her full catalogue. So make sure to like leave a comment if you do want me to do that, just so I know that there is a lot of interest. And also make sure to subscribe for my future Britney reactions, but also my other reactions that you might want to check out too. And also I have my own music out there as well, so all the links to my music is actually in the description. So if you want to check out any of my stuff and see if my music lives up to what I say about other people's music, then yeah, my link's in the description. I'm on Spotify and everything. Cool. Okay, let's go on to the final song. So this is from Glory. So this last album is considered part of the Holy Trinity. So this is song number 9. This is from Glory. This is Just Like Me. Ooh, guitar.
The ones that drive you crazy. 150 miles away.
Wow, this is a different vibe, hey. Nice. Wow. Oh shit.
Just like me. Or I think I start to run, but you can't even face.
I like this. It's kind of menacing.
I just can't believe she looks just like me.
I love this. It's really smooth, isn't it? The chorus is like not what I expected, but yeah, really cool.
She can have you. She
Oh shit, okay.
can't even sleep. I see you on your bed. She looks.
This last version of the chorus is up another level, isn't it? So he's with somebody new, and the girl that he's dating looks just like her, which is so unsettling to think that maybe he's that shallow, you know? Nice. I wasn't expecting that. I was kind of thought it'd be a bit more intimate, that song, just by the title. Yeah. So maybe she's walked in on someone. Okay, yeah. So she's off working. She's off doing the thing in Vegas probably, and she gets all the way back to LA to come find this guy that she, you know, is in love with. and goes into the room and she can't believe that there's somebody there and it looks just like her. Wow, are you really that shallow? Was I really that throwaway to you that actually you'd go and find somebody who looks exactly the same? It's creepy and weird and awful, like a horrible situation. Wow. Yeah. I appreciated that one because the chorus was not what I expected it to be. The verses have like quite a lot of tension to them. Then the choruses are a lot more smooth and it's almost like she's opened the door and her breath's been taken away and it's like, and that's kind of what the chorus feels like. So super clever. Yeah. Okay, I've listened to a song from every single album. I have so much of a broader idea of who she is. It's more than just the singles, isn't it? It's more than just the kind of the hits. She's had a lot more to offer in a lot of different circumstances. Pleasantly surprised by how much I really enjoyed those songs and how much there was to find. I think that's kind of the real surprise, is that there's so much depth in those songs, especially, what was it, the Cinderella one. I was super impressed by the depth in the storytelling there. It's really, really nuanced. And I think that is really the story here, is that it's a shame that society as a whole is kind of so obsessed with her personal life and her, her mental breakdown and stuff, that they've completely ignored her as a musician. And people often talk about her in a very flippant way. People talk about Taylor Swift in the same way. It's a common story between female artists, and there's definitely an element of sexism in it. People just don't have respect for her because of how obsessed they are with her kind of mental health struggle. And it's a real shame because there's so much there to offer. There's so much there she has to offer. She's got so much control over how her voice sounds that actually that's kind of what made her a massive star in the first place, really, was about her unique vocal performance. But she knows how to manipulate her voice to tell a story in a different way. The smoother songs were a lot more smoothly sung, for instance. Yeah, there's so much to appreciate, and it's such a shame that the world hasn't really woken up. Now the story is starting to change with the whole Free Britney thing. She's finally free. She's finally out of her conservatorship, whatever you call it. The shit situation that she had with her family, she's finally free. And hopefully now, although it's been 6 years since her last album, hopefully now she will be able to return to music in a way that is much more free, and hopefully people will start to really develop more of an appreciation for her now that the kind of people are starting to realise how awful they were to her and how awful the situation was, how awful the fucking tabloids were. People are now kind of thinking, actually, no, that was really cruel. We shouldn't treat people like that. So hopefully people will have a bit more time for her now. Let's hope. I'm excited to see. And if you want me to react to her albums, then make sure to comment, because otherwise it's difficult to gauge how much interest there is. So I look forward to all those comments, and I look forward to discussing all these songs with you. Thank you very much to my Weeping Wendy patrons who are arriving on screen right now. They have early access to my content and they get the videos completely uncut as well. So if you wanted to sign up for the Patreon, you can do. The link is on the screen and it's in the description, and you can watch all my videos without any ads, early and uncut. So yeah, thank you so much for all my Patreon support so far. It's really helping me to actually make this part of my career. It's not easy out here trying to be a full-time creative person, and you're really helping. I will see you next week for another video. Bye. Just like me. Just like me.